Hi, my name is Lisa Keslar from Keslar Insurance. I'm here with you all on behalf of Cheers for Charity New Hampshire. Cheers for Charity New Hampshire is a community that JoAnn, Burchuk, and I have put together for sharing information about some really fantastic local nonprofits who are doing really amazing things right in our own backyard. And we want to take a few minutes and put a little recording together for you today to share with you about another amazing group. JoAnn, you want to say hello?
Yes, hi, I'm JoAnn Burchuk. I'm with Lighthouse Physical Therapy, and I have the pleasure today of introducing Carrie Penna, and we're going to hear all about Seacoast soul models. So Carrie, please tell us a little bit about yourself and soul models and what you guys do.
Yeah, a little about me. I'm the executive director, and I am actually from the Seacoast area. So I love that the area that we serve is Seacoast, New Hampshire, and Southern Maine. We work with middle school girls after school. We do a 10-week program with them. And we do yoga, meditation, mindfulness, other things to help them with the huge emotions and experiences that come up for that age group. And our facilitators come in, and we also do stuff to help them find their voice, feel comfortable in their skin, leadership skills. And then lastly, we also do, probably my favorite part, is a community service component. So we make sure that they are learning about what it looks like to give back and be involved and connected to your community. And I mean, I won't bore you with statistics, but like the cherry on top is that when people are more involved with their community, they're less apt to move towards at-risk behavior. So on top of all the amazing benefits and value of being in your community, that's also another amazing one. So that was long-winded, sorry ladies, but that's what we do.
That was perfect. That is great. I've heard so many great things about what you do with the girls in the middle schools. Do you have any sort of like examples or stories that you would like to share with us about some of the results that maybe some of your girls have gotten?
Yeah. I feel like you ladies know me well enough to know I could probably talk for like a million years, and I could tell like all the stories in the world. So I'll just try to pick two of them. So let's see. So we've had one of our girls was with us for a couple years, and she's a little smaller. And so she was sitting in the corner, very reserved, kind of withdrawn, but you could always hear her almost humming quietly. And then as she got more comfortable, she was talking to more people and, really coming out of her shell. And then we're there, we do our sessions once a year in the school. So we had been with her for 2 years. And then the next year we did an amazing fundraiser at the press room. And she actually stood up on stage in front of a packed room with adults and sang Hallelujah, which brought the house down. It was unbelievable. So it just was to literally see her find her voice. I couldn't ask for anything more. That's one of my favorites. And then I'll give you a real quick one of the second one. But another kiddo had come to us, and she came up and said, I haven't seen you since last session, but I haven't been well. I don't know if you noticed, but I picked out my eyebrows. I could cry when I talk about this, and my eyelashes, and I'm not well. My anxiety and my depression just are really hard for me right now. But I have been just hoping and wishing that soul models would come back so soon, because I've missed you guys since last time. So that's one of my favorites. Can you call that a favorite? I don't know. But yeah, so we're moving towards hopefully being in schools more than just once a semester, or once a year, sorry. So that we can have consistent outreach. So that's why I'm happy to have exposure like this from you guys, so that we can keep growing and expanding.
Carrie, until you've heard a little bit about soul models, it's hard to envision what it looks like. So it's an after-school program, correct, where you meet how often and what kind of things, what's a typical session look like, or what are some of the things that the sessions could be like?
Yeah, that is a great question. So let's see. So we go into the school system. Initially, we had been at the Kittery Community Center, and we've found that being in the school systems, so typically the school gives us a room that can accommodate their choice. And the girls come after school for a 2-hour program, incorporates, we of course feed them because Lord knows they're hungry, growing middle schoolers. And we do a yoga and meditation component. We have a facilitator that comes in each week that gives their skill, their knowledge, and we love exposing them to strong entrepreneurial women that can show up and give them the example of what it looks like to love your life and live a life that you're passionate about. And so we've done vision and goals with them. And the cool thing about that is on their vision board, they really get to say, you know what, I want to be a scientist. And then we can do their goals and say, awesome, like, how was your science grade? Sometimes they say not great. So then, where they want to travel a country with a different language. So then that gives them the like light bulb on moment that they have to have a conversation with the school counselor about getting enrolled. We've done, what else have we done? We've made masks, and on the outside you put how you portray yourself or how you feel like people see you. And on the inside, they decorate it with things that maybe they're not ready to put words to. So a lot of art therapy goes on. Yeah, we've done, and so for some of our community service, we've gone to Shiloh Farms, and they had goats, which I know there's a lot of equine therapy, but goats are very therapeutic. It was fantastic, a wonderful experience. And most recently, we actually shifted virtually. The buzzword of 2020, we pivoted. And so now we are doing yoga. We're having different speakers. We're doing a bunch of different things to make sure the girls have that touch point and they still feel connected with us.
A couple questions that I had. Now, is there a cost to the girls?
Mm-hmm.
Two, do you do anything through the summer? And I guess 3, maybe highlight which schools you currently are have programs in.
Yeah. So for a 10-week session, it is $100, and that includes snacks, materials, the yoga, everything. And we also have a scholarship program. So there's absolutely, if it's a financial hardship, not a problem, no big deal. The board and we fundraise a lot. The school also contributes. So we do cost sharing with the school system so that if there is any sort of financial burden or difficulty for the families, it's eliminated, and the schools really support, which is huge. The schools that we're in right now, we just wrapped up Oyster River, which is Durham-Lee, Madbury, and surrounding. I don't know. It used to be surrounding when I went there.
Oh.
And we've been in Portsmouth last year, and we also wrapped up all over the place. Sorry, Kittery School System, which is Shapley School. Yeah, and there's 2 other schools that we're in conversation with, but I can't disclose that yet.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry, JoAnn, I feel like you had one other question.
Oh, I just said, do you offer anything during the summertime for the girls?
So you know what, we historically had not, but what we did open up to the girls that were in our current programming is we said, whether or not they all use their different things. So Oyster River uses Microsoft Teams, and Shapley uses Google Classrooms, whatever forum we're on with them. They have my email, they follow us on Instagram. We let them know that if there's ever, it doesn't have to be an SOS. If it's just that you need someone, an adult, to have a conversation with, or you miss us, or whatever it is, you know how to find us, please utilize that. And I found myself repeating that a lot more than I typically have, just because this is, again, with one of those buzzwords, it's an unprecedented time, but it is. And, I notice myself, adults, everyone is struggling now anyways with a lot of shifting and changing and bringing up that anxiety level. So the girls are feeling it too. So making sure it's like, here are all the ways to find me. I'm always available. So nothing formal and structured, but definitely that, like, here I am, whenever, wherever.
And how do you find your facilitators, Carrie? I know you we're talking about you bring in different people. How do you find those people?
Yeah, let's see, another great question. I would say that my former life, I worked for an organization that had a very heavy yoga focus. So I was lucky enough to create some pretty neat relationships that I carried with me. And so for our first year or so, I leveraged those. And as we've continued to grow, we've had people reach out and say, I heard who you guys are. This is what I'm up to. This is what I want to share with your Soul Models community. So it's been really neat that we're growing and it's organically shifting. But yeah, it's kind of a word of mouth. Yeah, I'd say organically word of mouth, I guess. So if you I've already
so if people watch this and they think they're interested, that might be an opportunity, correct?
Yes. And I will also say, don't feel pigeonholed into what you do. So I'm not going to say like, Lisa, you have to come in on and talk about insurance, or JoAnn, like, PT, please. You know, like that is not what, if you have a skill, or we have an amazing facilitator, Natalie Pavlov, she works for Heinemann. So she does publishing and a lot of her stuff. And she came on and she did the amazing mask exercise. Yeah. So we have a paralegal who came on and did crystals, and yeah, it's just like I could go on with the facilitators that come on and share something that is not their like typical job or career. So yeah, don't feel, if anyone watching this feels like, oh, my career isn't exactly something I'd want to, you know, bring to middle school girls, that is okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best means of doing that? And also, you mentioned you fundraise a lot. Again, how do people contribute to your organization?
Yeah. Okay, all the ways. So if you're watching this before 6 p.m., New Hampshire gives, but traditionally, like where you can donate all year round is our website. We have a donate button, soulmodels.org. And if you want to stay in touch with us and what we're up to on a more timely, I would say, because websites clearly are not updated as often as our Instagram and our Facebook. I actually have our logo right there. You'll see what we look like. So search for us. Those are definitely the best way. And you can message or Seacoast Soul Models at gmail.com. You can email if that's your thing. Yeah, so donate any of those ways. And if you're more of, some of our donors are old school, which I always love and appreciate. If you want to write a check, you can do that too. And should I give the P.O. box or?
It's on your website, right?
Yeah, right. Everything is on the website. Yeah. Awesome. And again, yeah, I would say if you're a facilitator or interested in being a facilitator, definitely email and reach out, because I'm already starting to kind of play around with getting our fall schedule up and running.
So, and also if people watching this know of young ladies in school systems that you're not currently in,
yes,
also the contact for that as well.
Yes. Yeah. And if, you know, it's again, back to the word of mouth. If you have a child in a school system, you'd like to see us there. I just had a woman reach out to the school counselor at CMS and CC me and say, like, I want to connect you. And that's great to have parents that are giving us a shout out, or kind of saying like, here, like, this is an organization. I want this program available to my child. Let's get the ball rolling. I think that parents have a huge foot in the door and a lot of credibility to get us into new school systems. So that's awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. I think it's a great program. I love what you guys do. I think you make an impact every year that you do this. So I'm grateful that you take the time to do all this.
Thank you.
Keep pushing this organization forward. We hope that people watch this and learn a little more.
Thank you so much for sharing our story and you guys are creating an amazing ripple effect with charities in our area. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming on so we could learn more about what you do. It's great.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Carrie. And we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.